I'd say imposter syndrome is the false belief that you're not as good as everyone else around you when really no one has it figured out. And it's the idea that you think you're alone when really you're not.
I think imposter syndrome is where you find yourself in a situation and you think, how did I get here?
I felt it in the beginning of college because a lot of people I knew had been programming since they were like 7. And I'd only started in senior year of high school.
Imposter syndrome, I think that is really exacerbated if you're in a position where you don't have anyone that looks like you, whether it's on a peer level or above you.
That's always been the story of my life. You know, the more I know what I don't know, and then that can cause some anxiety about, wow, maybe I'm not as much of an expert as I thought. But then you have to remind yourself that everyone's in the same situation.
I've definitely felt imposter syndrome before, and it's no surprise. I mean, for one, majoring in engineering and being one of the only women, I couldn't help but kind of look around and wonder, where are all the other girls, and do I belong here?
In my experience, it was how I felt in growing up in the Bay Area. So even though all of my friends decided they were going to take computer science, I just didn't think that I was good enough for it.
When you're struggling, it makes you feel like you're the only one struggling.
Just sitting in a class filled with men, and when you raise your hand and answer the right answer, and you just see all these guys look at you like, how did she get it? How? What?
Like, even here at Grace Hopper, I've had a couple interviews where I've thought, it must be a mistake. I don't know what they saw on my resume that made them want to select me for this interview because I don't really feel qualified for this job. And then, I do the interview and it turns out, like, when we actually have a conversation, oh yeah, I know what they're talking about.
Always just felt like I've been so lucky that, oh my gosh, I'm not really that smart, I'm not really that capable. But my freshman year professor, Dr. Mayfield, he's always been pushing me. He's like, no, you got this. Like, just believe in yourself. Like, you can actually, you know how to program.
Don't let anybody tell you no. You are just as good as anybody else. You are better than a whole lot of people who think that you're not good enough. There's no disadvantage. There's just you and your brain. You can do it.
It's okay to not always know the answer. It's okay to raise your hand. Even if you think the question is dumb, there'll be someone in class who probably feels the same way.
What I've learned the hard way is that the more that I'm just true to myself, the better I succeed.
You may think that you shouldn't be in the room or you don't know enough, but that's just not true.
There's still so much to learn, but I'm not a fraud. Like, I've worked hard. And so that I'm actually qualified to be able to say that I'm a computer scientist and program and do these amazing things because I can do it. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll learn. Then I'll know how to do it.